Alright, hey guys, so in this video I'm just going to be rambling a little bit about the sad state of new releases on Steam, and I'm mainly referring to all the, how should I say this, low quality, like shovelware type games that have been flooding the Steam store over the last year or so. Even after Steam Greenlight was cancelled, there's been an upsoar of game releases. As you can see here, I don't know how well you can see, it's pretty small, but last month 582 games were released on Steam, which I think is a record. And then the month before there was 544. I think Steam Greenlight was canned and Steam Direct was announced in June, and that's why there's a smaller number here. But as you can see, Steam Direct has not done anything to reduce the amount of games being released on Steam. And I'm not saying that's a bad thing. I think the more games, the better. The bad thing is a lot of the games that are being released are very gimmicky games, very low quality games that are made in probably a week or two, and just shouldn't be on the Steam store, at least not in my opinion. Or if they are on the Steam store, I think they should be separated from everything else, and currently they're not, and it's causing just a flood of indie games being released every single day on the new release tab. So in this video, I thought it'd be fun to go down the new release tab. I have it sorted by games under $10, and we're just going to be checking out the trailers and just seeing some of the terrible games that tend to come out just about every day now. So the first one is Juice Fresh. Let's see what this is. The trailer is broken. That's not a good sign. And it looks like some sort of match 3 puzzle game, probably a mobile port, so that's definitely a dud. The second game is decent. It's like a Castlevania style retro game, so it's like a 2D action side scroller. Doesn't look too bad, but we'll keep going. Guitar Hardness. Let's see what this one is. It's a music rhythm game in which the players play instruments. So this is like Tap Hero, where you press the arrow keys and tune with the music, but judging from the trailer, it doesn't sound like the music is in tune with the button inputs, and it also looks extremely difficult. So it's probably one of those games that is like so hard that there's only like a minute worth of content and you have to just keep replaying it to move on, but I'm not entirely sure. That might be a decent game. Next game, Thanksgiving Istry. What is this? It looks like another match 3 game, but it's a 3D cube. Like I said, a lot of these games are very like gimmicky, and you'll notice the trend going through here. So these 2 games here I actually own. I'm going to play these in the future. They're actually pretty decent. But moving forward, Bitcoin Collector. Bitcoin Collector. So it's a platformer with some like gravity changing mechanics, but as you can tell, the quality is not that great. And like the gimmick, Bitcoin. A lot of these games just have like one little gimmick to get people to buy it, and the game itself is just terrible. Mr. Rabbit's Jigsaw Puzzle. So this is a jigsaw puzzle game. There's actually like, I think there's like over 20 games on Steam that are exactly like this, just jigsaw puzzles, and you're solving like basic puzzles. And this one features cheetahs, it seems. So yeah, very, very simple game. I just couldn't imagine someone really buying something like this and actually wanting to play it, especially considering like physical jigsaw puzzles are actually pretty freaking cheap. So the next game, let's see, Bramble Ash. This is a local multiplayer competition, team swapping action. So this looks like a game where you have to have 2 to 4 players locally, which in my opinion is very annoying, just because most like people who play PC games, especially myself, do not have like friends who are constantly coming in my room to play local multiplayer games, especially little games like this. So that kind of sucks. I mean, this game doesn't look bad. If it had online support, I would give it a plus, but since it doesn't have online support, I really just don't see the appeal. Most people don't play local co-op games on PC. Next game, Garden Tale. This game looks decent. Kind of reminds me of like Final Fantasy Tactics. There is a, trying to get to some gameplay. It's like a grid-based, turn-based JRPG. So fairly interesting, fairly good graphics. So that one's decent. Moving forward, Crankies Workshop, Bozzbot Assembly. This is a true or false question game with a colorful and friendly atmosphere. So this entire game, it's just asking you true or false questions. What kind of game is that? Like, what? And you earn money based on like how quickly you answer the questions. So it's just like a trivia game. Yeah, I mean, you can like tell that these games are not going to do that well. Little games like that for sure. Underdone. Oh, this is an RPG Maker game. There is a ton of RPG Maker games that come out every single week, and I don't think anyone plays them just because they take so many hours to play through and they're just so simple. I mean, it's cool to make your first game in RPG Maker, but these games are really just not worth the money. $10 for a random RPG Maker game using mostly default assets, it looks like. I don't know, like it may be decent, but there's just so many RPG Maker games that look exactly the same as this. I can't like wait, what am I trying to say? Like differentiate? I don't know. I'm having trouble saying that word. I'm having trouble like seeing which ones are good and which ones are bad. They're like all the same to me because they all look exactly the same. But yeah, moving back, the next game. Oh, this game. Okay, I saw this earlier. It seems like the developer had some trouble translating the game because the title is Freshly Fried Shrimps Seamed Hot, additionally named Noth. What the hell does that mean? It says a laughable 2D RPG made with RPG Maker. So this is another RPG Maker game, of course. And the trailer is in Chinese. I think it's Chinese anyways. It might be a different Asian language. But, yeah. Hopefully the game itself isn't in Chinese, because how the heck would I play it? That's $4.50 for another RPG Maker game. Next game, Air Tactical. And this is a shoot 'em up. Yep, a very, very simple shoot 'em up using basic 2D sprites. These type of games are games that you would like make in your first like video game design class in high school or college. Very simple. I don't know, I really just don't see a whole lot of appeal with this. Air Tactical. Maybe if it was released like 15 years ago, maybe 20 years ago, it might have been enjoyable, but definitely not in today's shoot 'em up market. Captain Backwater. I don't know what this is. Let's see. Looks like another puzzle strategy game. Let's see. It's another like match 3 puzzle game, it seems. Yep. That's exactly what it is, with some twists thrown in. There's just far too many puzzle games that copy the same formula. And even though this game seems to throw in a lot of like added features, I just don't see a whole lot of people buying this. Next game, The Market Trader. It's a very simple name. Oh god. Okay. So these are the other type of games. I think this was probably made in like Unity or something like that. But games that are just so freaking terrible, like graphic quality. Like this game looks like it was made in the 90s. Maybe even the late 80s. Like this does not look good at all. And it says it's a strategy game. It's in early access for $7. $10 normally, but like, what is this? This is like so basic. The UI is just so simple. I don't even understand what's going on here. Like, they're like trying to make a game from nothing. This is what like asset flips normally are. They like buy someone else's world and then they just like release some random game for it. It looks like a very, very basic RPG. And I'm sorry if I'm hating on the developers here. It might be their first game ever, and if so, that's great. But if it is, you shouldn't be charging people for it. You should release it for free and maybe like make something better that people might actually enjoy. I don't know. Next game, Resurgence. Don't know what this is. Let's see. Oh, this is another game that's sort of the same concept. The graphics really aren't that great. I don't know. This might actually be good. This is like a story-driven adventure game.
He's everything to me.
You found the scarf?
The animations don't look that great
I
though.
buried my demons.
Looks decent. I don't know. It's hard to judge adventure games just because they're so story driven, so I'll skip that one. Trivia Vault Superheroes Trivia 2. Wait, this is the same exact game. We just saw this. This is the same exact thing as the True or False game, except it's superhero trivia. And you're just answering questions like who wants to be a millionaire type deal. And I guess you're earning money depending on if you get the answer right or wrong. I don't know. A game like this could be fun if it had multiplayer, but it seems like, oh my god, there's like 10 of them. Oh my god, why didn't... This developer is just trying to make money. He could have just put them all in one game, which would be a decent game, but instead he decided to split up like each genre of trivia into a different game. But what I was saying is this game could be fun if it had like online multiplayer. You could play with friends and it might be enjoyable, but this is a single player game, so I don't know who plays trivia games alone, but that's kind of a sad life. Next game, Achievement Hunter Darkness 2, the sequel to the critically acclaimed Darkness 1. This is an achievement game. This game probably has like 5,000 achievements. Yep, 5,000 achievements. And the gameplay is awful. I played the first game, Achievement Hunter 1, and it was terrible. Very, very simple game. Very, very basic 2D shooter. Not worth anything. But some people buy these for achievements. So if you're interested in achievements, you can buy the 62,000 achievements bundle. Woo! Yeah, I don't know. Like, I hope you guys are getting like the picture of what I'm trying to say here. Like every day there's just so much crap flooding the Steam store. There's good games too. I'm not saying there's a lack of good games. There's just too many bad games. Like some of these games should not be on the store. Like what the heck is this? Like these games just look so basic. These are the type of games people probably wouldn't even play if they were on like a free Flash site. And these developers want people to like pay like $5 or $10 for each one of these. How much is this one? $6.79. Usually sells for $8. It's like a dungeon crawling game. I mean, I'm not saying something like this is necessarily bad. I just think it's too basic and they really need to like expand on the idea, maybe use a different game engine, have some better graphics, make it look a little bit more charming, because this just looks too simple, at least for me, and there's a lot of other games on Steam that look exactly like this. Next game, where are we? Zombie Car Massacre. So at first I thought this game looked good, but then I realized it's another gimmick game. It's an endless game where all you're doing is running over zombies with your car. I really don't even think there's a point to the game. You're just constantly running over zombies with your car. That's it. Like, that's the entire concept. It's not really a full game, at least not in my opinion. I mean, like, it might be fun for like 5 minutes running over zombies. Maybe I'll cover it on my channel in the future, but it doesn't seem to be like that enjoyable. Maybe it is. Maybe I'm just being a little pessimistic here, but this one is pretty cheap, like $1.50. I don't know. I guess you have to keep in mind the prices of a lot of these games are pretty low. Nimble Fish. We're almost at the end of the list, and then I can end this video, but this game looks pretty freaking terrible. I'll just try to do full screen. I don't know. Steam has trouble going full screen sometimes and loading while I'm recording. There we go. Nimble Fish, a game where you are a fish and you go up and down in the water. Wow, amazing. Like maybe I should become a game developer and make crap like this. Like how does this get on Steam? Why is there no quality control? Why can anyone release crap like this on Steam? It just, I don't know. I thought the whole point of Steam Direct was to get rid of this stuff and replace it with higher quality games, like from better developers. But it seems like any developer can just release a game on Steam, like anyone. And it doesn't cost that much. It costs $100 to release a game on Steam. It's not really that like big of an amount. So yeah, that's Nimble Fish. You can buy that for $1. I'm sure you'll have a great time. Next game, block game. Let's see what this is. Gotta go full screen because it's kind of small. Dun-dun. There we go. Another puzzle game. What? I'm having trouble even understanding like what is happening here. Kind of looks like Tetris in a way, but you're like a little character and you're like throwing blocks around. So it's another like sort of like a match 3 Tetris style game with some different game modes. Looks fairly interesting, although like honestly I don't see too many people picking that one up. And then the next game, Fallalipis. Fall lips. I don't know. And the trailer is just a game. It's the game's main menu screen for 20 seconds. That's the trailer, the main menu screen. So it looks like some sort of survival game. It might be like a tower defense style. Well, I don't even know. Looks like you're just defending against zombies. The screenshots show Russian or Chinese text, so that's not a good sign. Might be decent, probably not. So yeah, that's just taking a look at the first page. I think there's like 20 or 25 games per page. Like I said, there is some good games that come out every day. Like for example, The Land of Pain actually looks really great. I'll go ahead and open that one up. I'm going to play this in the near future, but this game actually looks pretty awesome. So the thing is, it's not like there's a lack of good games on Steam. The problem is there's just too many bad games, and they just flood the Steam store, and I feel sorry for anyone who actually purchases some of these games and they get ripped off. Of course, you could do the Steam refund if you don't play it for over 2 hours, which is nice, but I don't know. I just don't understand how the rest of the developers are making money. So this looks like a cool game. I'll definitely check that one out in the future. But as you can see, I don't know, like how many games was that? That was probably like maybe 70% of the new release tab is just filled with basically spam. Nothing great, nothing really to talk about. I'm sure someone's going to argue with me and say all these games are the greatest, but I don't know, I think Steam really needs some better quality control. They need to update Steam Direct, maybe make the entry fee a little bit more expensive. I think they should raise it from $100 to like $500, make it something. Because the thing is about the Steam Direct entry fee to get your game onto Steam, it's recoupable. So if you sell a certain amount of copies, you get your $100 back. So they should raise it up to like $500, because if you made a game, if you really spent like 6 months to a year of hard work making a game, you should have no problem spending like $500, because you're going to get that money back like the next month anyway if it releases on Steam. So I don't know, I just wanted to show you guys what the new release tab was like, and of course this is the under $10 tab. I could go to the normal Steam tab and just do new releases, release date, and you'll see a bunch of like the same sort of thing. Games that are usually like $20 or more typically are a little bit higher quality, but I don't know, I just feel like a lot of these games are just like why would anyone want to play this? There's a lot of puzzle games, like a ton of puzzle games. But yeah, I'm gonna stop rambling here. Thanks for watching, just a little ramble video. Let me know what you guys think, or let me know what you guys think Steam should do to change the system and make it so like these like first-time developers stop releasing just these like very basic games. I would love to see like a Steam store where only quality games come out, because I don't know, I mean, there should be a place for these little indie games. I just think they should be separate from the good games, because it makes it hard to find the good games. Like going back, I mean, if someone looked at this page, they would be like, oh, these are all crap, because most of the games are crap. But there's actually like a couple good games thrown in here. You just don't know because there's just so much crap. But yeah, that's about it. Thanks for watching, and have a nice day.